Welcome to the first day today. We're going to start off, today you will need a mat, a wall, and then also we're going to go to a doorway. So we will need that for today's class. So we're going to start off today by coming to the floor and lying flat on the floor. So you don't need a mat, but you can lie on the carpet or whatever. And lying flat on the floor, we want to use this to help find where our neutral spine is. So just check that your feet are directly underneath your hips and placing your arms on either side at the same length. Bring the head to the floor. Now if you are straining and your head is going back like that, place a pillow or a blanket, folded blanket under the head. Now, as you're lying on the floor, feel the hips and the shoulders on the floor. We're going to now try to get the neutral spine, because this is very important in all the exercises to be able to feel the neutral spine. So gently begin by just rocking the hips up and down. Notice that when you lift the hips up, the back tightens. When you drop the hip flat to the floor, the abdomen tightens. Now we want to find that just the place between those two where the spine is in neutral. So there's a slight curve in the lower back, it's not flat to the floor. And also one telltale way of finding that is you'll feel that the front and the back of the spine is supported evenly. Just find that place where it's in neutral, and then just lying there, cement that into your awareness so that you can access it later. And then just roll to the side and come up without pain. We're now going to come to the wall and standing with your back and your hips to the wall, and we're going to take the backs of the hands to the wall. Again, just rock the pelvis slightly forward and back to find the neutral spine. And then keeping that neutral spine there, going to just gently lift the arms up, keeping the backs of the hands, the shoulders and the elbows to the wall. So we're sliding them on the wall, but keeping we don't want to move the hips. Keep it in neutral and just roll the arms, scrape them on the wall. If you find the movement difficult, just do what you can wherever you can. Just going to do this a few times now. When you lift the arms, also just watch not to lift the shoulders. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And just gently rotate the arms against the wall. As the shoulder blades warm up, you might find that you can get the arms a little bit higher, but keep the lower back in neutral. Just going to do a few more of these. And then release. Just comes to stand normally and just shake the arms out. We're now going to come to a doorway. So coming to the doorway, you're going to stand in front of where the doorway is, and then we're going to place our hands onto either side of the door. You can gently bend the knees or get the knees straight, but the main thing here is we want to have the lower back in neutral and nicely stacked. Taking both hands to the wall, Going to now just gently pressurize with one hand against the wall, but keep the lower back in neutral. You'll feel the muscles on the inside start working. Watch that you don't lift the shoulder, and then you change over to the other hand. Idea here, keep the spine in neutral, press with a hand as hard as what you can, maintaining the spine in neutral. Just go with one hand to the other, teaching the muscles of the spine to brace the spine. And you can also do this during the day, wherever. And as you feel more confident and as those muscles wake up, you can go harder and harder. Really press. Excellent. And then now, while we're at the wall, we're going to now do the pectoralis arm stretch, pec minor. So just standing to the wall, we're going to take the hand so that it goes above the door like this. You can go at an angle, so let the arms slightly out, or you can come upright. And you just stand here like that. Now again, get the lower back in neutral. And then keeping it as it is, we press the hand against the wall. You'll see bracing happens. Hold it for 10 seconds. And then release and just gently walk forward through the doorway. Just comfortable amount. Again, keeping the back brace, press the hand into the wall. Hold. Keep the shoulder away from the ears. And then release, and then just see if you can walk that much further. So again, we want the lower back in neutral. So not arching the back. Again, pressing the hand into the wall. Hold. And then walk forward. So you'll feel a nice stretch here in the pec minor muscle. It's very nice. Okie dokie. And now we're going to do the other side. So standing with your other arm now up. Again, lower back in neutral. Press the hand into the top of the wall. Keep everything in neutral. Press, press, press. And then slightly walk forward. Again, press. And then release and come forward more. And then press. And then release. And then just gently roll the shoulders. Okay, and we're going to come back to the wall now to do those wall angels. So again, standing against the wall, shoulders and hips against the wall. You can have the feet hip width apart. Feeling that pressure against the wall. You're going to take the backs of the hands to the wall. Now keeping the shoulders again away from the ears, keeping the lower back in neutral. You're going to just lift the forearms up and make big arches with the hands. The back of the head is not against the wall. It's slightly away from the wall, also in neutral, so it's being held neutrally on top of the spine. Just do a couple more of these. Notice if there's a change from when we did it before. And then finish off. Come forward and just roll the shoulders one way and then the other way just a few times. Okie dokie. We're going to now come to another, we're going to just work gently now with the neck. So the neck needs to be balancing, the head balancing on top of the neck and the neck on top of the shoulder. So what often happens is that the neck tends to come out of its alignment. So we're going to use a chin tuck method now. So you're going to draw the chin towards the throat. You can do this also against the wall. So it's not a bending, it's a chin tuck. We're trying to create a double chin. Doing it against the wall is quite nice because then you can feel how close you are to the wall. So just tuck the chin, hold, then release, and then tuck the chin, hold it, and then release. Working with the body, tuck the chin, hold. Remember, we're not lifting the chin, it's just going straight back. And then release, and then one last time, we again tuck the chin and hold. And then release. Gently look from side to side with the head, just to release the neck. And you can also look up and down. We're now going to do another exercise to help with the shoulder blades. So the two shoulder blades here. So I want to teach those shoulder blades that they can also draw together at the back. So try to bring your shoulder blades together at the back and see if you can imagine there's a pen there and you're holding the pen with your two shoulder blades behind the back. Keep the head in neutral. You'll notice the chest lift slightly, that's okay, but keep the lower back in neutral. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and then release, squeeze and release. Now we're going to also rotate the arms out. So rotate the arms out all the way outwards. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then rotate the arms inwards, rotate the arms outwards, squeeze, keep the lower back in neutral. Again, squeeze those shoulder blades together, hold. And one last time, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then release. Lovely. And we're going to come to the last one now, or two more actually. So the next one, we're going to come kneeling to the floor. So if you can't do that, you can do it on the bed as well. So we're just going to be kneeling and then taking the hands to the floor, but then moving them forward. Now remember, again, we want to keep that lower back in neutral, and we want to reach the hips back and reach the arms forward. And then if you can, this is now going to stretch the armpits. You can take the forehead to the floor. Reach those arms forwards, reach the hips backwards, lift the abdomen slightly to keep that lower back in neutral. We don't want to arch the back too much. You'll feel a nice stretch in the armpits. And then release. And then we're going to now come with the hands on the floor directly underneath the shoulders. Have the knees under the hips. Point the feet back. We're now going to do the cat-cow poses. Idea here is we're going to be lifting the spine and dropping the spine down. So starting off in neutral, so have the lower back in neutral. So to test that, you can lift and lower it a little bit to find the neutral point. Feel the hands on the floor, feel the knees and the feet. Get even pressure with the hands and the knees and the feet. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, just look slightly ahead. As we, on the next out breath, you're going to press the hands, press the knees and lift the spine up. Idea here is to really lift the spine up. We're stretching now the spine. And as you breathe in, you drop the spine down and arch the back the other way. Again, press the hands, press the knees, lift the spine up. Really stretch it up to the ceiling. And then breathing, arch the back the other way. And now instead of arching the back in the lower back, try to minimize the arch in the lower back, but draw between the shoulder blades down. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and look slightly ahead. And then breathe in, lift the spine up, stretch to the ceiling. And then on the in breath, arch the other way, taking the arch between the shoulder blades. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out, lift the spine up. Breathe in, arch the other way. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, arch the other way. There we go, fantastic. From here we're going to just take the big toes together, take the knees apart, to just walk the hands, take the hips towards the heels and take the hands forward in this kind of a resting pose. The head is off the floor, the abdomen gently lifting, the arms reaching forward, the hips reaching backward. And then from here, just drop the elbows, drop the forehead to the floor. Take a few breaths. And we're going to now end up in the corpse pose. So just roll around onto your back on the floor. Again, have a blanket if you need for the head. So just come to lie on the floor. Feel the hips, shoulders, and the heels and the arms all nice and equal on either side of the body. Rotate the arms outward so that the backs of the hands are on the floor. And again, take your attention to your lower back. So again, you can do that exercise of lifting and dropping the pelvis just to see where that lower back is. And then once you've found it, you hold it there and you release. Gently close the eyes. Just take a few moments just to nice even breathing. And that's it. We can bend the knees, take the arms over the one right arm over the head, roll to the side and come up. And that's it for day one. Very simple, very easy. You can repeat this day if you want to. And we'll see you tomorrow.